Even Serena Williams cried when she missed her baby's first steps. She was training for Wimbledon, and the moment just happened without her. If a world champion feels that gut-wrenching pang of guilt, please know you are not alone. That pressure is real. In this incredibly fast first year, it's easy to become obsessed with a checklist. Rolling over, crawling, the first wave. We anxiously track every visible achievement, terrified of our baby falling behind. But the truth is, while you're focused on that chart, you're missing the real story, an entire hidden sequence unfolding inside your baby's brain and body. That's what I'm going to give you. This isn't another list. This is the science-backed roadmap that replaces milestone anxiety with confidence. It's the only milestone guide you will ever need. To see this real developmental journey, however, we first have to unlearn the single biggest myth that fuels all of our anxiety. And that myth is the belief that speed is the goal. The idea that our baby has to hit a milestone by a certain date. I get it, because I used to do it too. You see a checklist online, you notice your baby isn't hitting a specific mark, and your mind just spirals with worry. But here is the first major secret to ending that anxiety. Your baby's brain doesn't care about your timeline. It cares about the sequence. For example, think about the milestone of sitting up. We anxiously watch our 5 or 6 month old, hoping they'll finally master it. But as a developmental specialist, my focus isn't just on the sitting. Was there enough tummy time to build that foundational core strength? The sitting you see at 6 months is simply the payoff for the invisible work that started at 6 weeks. This is what I mean when I say the sequence matters far more than the speed. The milestone you can see is always the result of crucial invisible progress you can't. So what is this master sequence? It's driven by 3 incredible engines. The first and most powerful of these engines is your baby's brain. In just the first year, it will literally double in size. This isn't just growth, it's an explosion of construction, with millions of neural connections, synapses, forming every single second. But this hardware needs software. Every time you talk to, sing to, or hold your baby, you are providing the raw material for those connections. You are writing the code that helps them make sense of the world. The second engine is their sensory system, which powers up in a very specific order. The first sense to come online is touch. It's your baby's first language. Next is smell, which is why a newborn can recognize their mother long before their vision is clear. Then comes hearing, as they tune in to the rhythm and sound of your voice. Vision is last to fully develop. A newborn's vision is blurry, best focused at about 8 to 12 inches, the perfect distance to see your face while feeding. Their world slowly comes into focus over months. And that brings us to the third engine, motor development. This is the most visible engine, and it follows a beautiful, predictable pattern. It's not random, it's architecture. The rules are simple. First, development moves from top to bottom. A baby gains control of their head and neck first, then their torso and core, and only then their legs and feet. Second, development moves from the inside out. They master their trunk and shoulders before their arms, and their arms before the delicate, fine motor control of their hands and fingers. These 3 engines always work together. That's why your baby will lift their head before they can sit up. It's why they'll sit before they can crawl, and crawl before they master the fine balance of walking. Each visible milestone you see is simply the final expression of months of invisible work happening inside the brain, the sensory system, and the muscles, all following that perfect architectural plan. Now that we have the blueprint, these 3 engines, we can see how they actually build the house, month by month. We're going to walk through the first year together, starting right at the beginning, so you can see exactly what invisible work is happening and how you can best support it. So let's begin with those first 4 weeks, a period I call the Great Adjustment. Your newborn has just left the warm, dark, muffled world of the womb and entered a bright, loud, and overwhelming new reality. Their nervous system is working overtime to adapt. This is why the simplest things are the most profound. Holding them skin to skin isn't just a sweet moment, it's a biological necessity. Your stable heartbeat, your warmth, and your scent are literally regulating their heart rate, breathing, and temperature. Their vision is limited to about 8 to 12 inches. the perfect distance to see your face while feeding. They are biologically hardwired to connect with you. The one thing you can do to support this phase is gentle tummy time, not on a mat, but right on your chest. They get the crucial neck strengthening work while feeling safe and regulated by you. Then, as we move into the second month, the magic happens. You'll see that first true social smile, usually around 6 weeks, and you'll hear their first coos.
From a neuroscience perspective, this is monumental. It's the very beginning of intentional back and forth communication. Your baby is learning that their actions, their reaction from you. The most important job you have right now is to respond. When they smile, smile back with your whole face. When they coo, talk back to them in a gentle, high-pitched voice. You are literally wiring their brain for connection and conversation with every single interaction. By month 3, things start to click into place. The visible milestone you'll see is better head control and maybe even pushing up on their arms. But the invisible work happening is even more exciting. Their hands, which were once tightly fisted, will start to open up and find each other at the midline of their body.
This is the very beginning of hand-eye coordination. They are discovering they have hands, and soon they'll discover what those hands can do. Your action step here is to place a baby-safe mirror near them during floor time. They will be fascinated by the other baby they see, and you can get down on their level and mimic their expressions, reinforcing that social-emotional learning. I want to pause here for a moment, because this is often when the pressure starts to build. You might open an app or scroll online and see another baby who is already rolling over, while yours isn't. I need you to hear this clearly. Your job is not to make your baby match a chart. Your job is to understand your baby. The sequence of development matters far more than the speed.
Your baby is on their own unique timeline, building their foundations perfectly for them. If you've ever felt that pressure, let me know in the comments. You are not alone. Now, these first 3 months are all about building that foundation of safety and connection. But as we move into the next phase, from months 4 to 6, something incredible starts to happen. There's one tiny, almost unnoticeable behavior that signals a massive cognitive leap is underway. Most parents miss it, but it's the first true sign that your baby is beginning to understand the world works in a predictable way. We'll cover exactly what that is right after this. That tiny, almost unnoticeable behavior is this. Your baby sees something they want and for the first time intentionally reaches for it. This marks the beginning of a profound shift, which is why month 4 is all about coordination. This act of reaching isn't just a physical skill, it's a huge cognitive connection. Their brain is wiring together sight, intention, and motor action. It's the dawn of cause and effect. You'll also likely hear their first full, genuine belly laughs this month, a beautiful reward for all your silly faces. The most effective thing you can do now is simply to place interesting, safe objects, like a soft rattle, just within their reach. This encourages them to practice that new brain-body connection, which will eventually lead to the milestone of rolling over. Now, in month 5, our focus shifts from visible skills to the invisible infrastructure. Many parents start looking for independent sitting, but the real work is happening on the floor. Think of it like building a skyscraper. All the work you see now, the rocking on their tummy, the pushing up on their arms, that's the invisible work of laying the deep foundation of core and back strength. The sitting you might see next month is just the visible structure built on that foundation. You'll also notice everything goes into their mouth. This is not a bad habit. Their mouth is their most sensitive tool for learning about the world. It's how they study texture, shape, and density. A simple way to support their cognitive growth here is playing peekaboo. It's not just a game, it teaches the monumental concept of object permanence, that things still exist even when they can't be seen. By month 6, thanks to all that foundational work, your baby is likely sitting, first in a tripod pose, leaning on their hands, and then, gloriously, hands-free. This frees up their hands to explore objects in a new way. Their communication also takes a leap. The coos and gurgles now become more complex, repetitive consonant-vowel sounds like baba or dada. While they don't have meaning yet, you should absolutely respond as if they do. When they say baba, you can say, "Yes, look at the ball." You're building the scaffolding for language. This is also often the month solids are introduced, which is a whole new sensory adventure. Now, with all this new movement, the question of crawling comes up, and I need to be very clear about this.
The idea that skipping crawling predicts later learning problems is a myth. It is not supported by research. Development is not a single highway. It's a network of roads leading to the same destination. You might see the classic hands and knees crawl, or an army crawl on their belly, or even a scoot on their bottom. All of these are brilliant and effective ways for your baby to build the strength and coordination needed for the next big step, walking. Your job is not to teach a specific style of crawling, but to provide plenty of safe, open floor space for them to figure out their own unique way of moving. As your baby is mastering all this physical independence, sitting, reaching, maybe even moving across the room, a strange paradox begins to emerge. Just as they become more capable of being on their own, they may suddenly become more clingy and fearful of you leaving. Most parents see this separation anxiety as a step back, a regression. It's not. It's the sign of one of the most important cognitive leaps they will ever make. That's because for the first time, your baby's brain can now hold a stable picture of you even when you're gone. It's a huge cognitive achievement called object permanence. When you leave the room, their brain is now sophisticated enough to understand that you still exist, but you are not there. That new understanding, paired with the deep, secure attachment they formed with you, is the engine of separation anxiety. So when your 7-month-old cries as you leave for the bathroom, please know this is progress, not regression. It's a sign of a powerful memory and a strong bond. The most helpful thing you can do is create simple, predictable goodbye routines. A quick kiss, a wave, and a consistent phrase like, "I'll be right back," teaches them that your departure is temporary and predictable. Around month 8, you'll notice your baby has a new favorite game, you. They are now watching and copying everything. You wave, they try to wave. You clap, they try to clap. This imitation is one of the most powerful learning mechanisms they have. Their babbling also becomes more complex, moving from single sounds to strings of syllables like ba 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 or da da da. At the same time, they're likely starting to use your body or furniture to pull themselves up to a standing position. Your role here is simple. Be a good model. Play pat a cake, wave goodbye to the mail carrier, and talk to them constantly. You can also introduce simple stacking rings or soft blocks, which are perfect for this developing grasp and release. Then comes month 9, which brings one of the most important and overlooked milestones of the entire first year, comprehension. Long before they can say ball, they understand what you mean when you point and say it. They might turn to look for a family member when you say their name, or even start to understand the meaning of no. This receptive language, what they understand, is a far better predictor of future language skills than the timing of their first words. Physically, this is often the month of cruising, where they hold onto furniture to take sideways steps. Your job now is to become a narrator in a baby-proofed world. As they explore, name everything they see and touch. That's the soft green cushion. This is your shiny yellow cup. You are building the dictionary in their mind that they will one day learn to speak. So in these 3 months, they've mastered mobility and are beginning to truly understand the world and people around them. But the next stage is where all of this foundational work, the motor skills, the object permanence, the comprehension, starts to converge. They are about to transform from a passenger into an active problem solver, and the way they do it is what we'll explore next. And that transformation from a passenger into an active problem solver begins right around month 10. This is where you see the purpose shift from simple exploration to deliberate action. First, you'll see all that foundational work come together in their hands. Remember the tummy time building core strength? The hand-eye coordination from batting at toys? The persistence from learning to sit? It all converges now in the pincer grasp, the ability to pick up a tiny object with their thumb and forefinger. They're not just exploring a Cheerio anymore, they are solving the problem of how to get it to their mouth. To support this, simple stacking cups are wonderful. As they put things in and take things out, you're giving them the language for their new problem-solving skills. Next, around month 11, you'll see the birth of true independence. This is when they might start standing unsupported for a few moments, or even take their first wobbly, tentative steps between furniture. But the independence is cognitive too. You'll notice they have preferences, a favorite soft toy, a food they clearly love or hate. This is their sense of self budding. The best thing you can do is honor it. Offer simple choices, like 2 toys, and let them pick. Follow their lead during play. You are validating their emerging identity. And then you arrive at the first birthday. This is the culmination. Some babies will be taking their first independent steps, but please hear me. The normal range for walking is anywhere from 9 to 15 months. It is a wide window. The sequence matters, not the speed. Around this time, you may also hear their first real words, and you'll know for certain they understand simple routines. They aren't just a baby anymore. You are looking at the very first version of your toddler. The single most powerful thing you can do now is surround them with language. Talk, read, and sing. It's an incredible emotional milestone, a year of breathtaking change. But I know, as a parent and a therapist, that there's one question that's still nagging at you, quietly in the back of your mind. How do I know? How do I really know if my child is just on their own timeline, or if there is an actual delay I should be worried about? That is the most important question of all. And in this final section, we are going to answer it with a clear, science-backed framework, so you can replace that worry with confidence. All right, let's build that framework. It comes down to one fundamental distinction: the difference between variation and absence. First, think of variation as your baby's unique signature on their development. They might scoot on their bottom instead of doing a classic hands and knees crawl. The style is different, but the outcome is the same. They are moving, they are exploring, and they are strengthening their body. The key is that they are curious, engaged, and making forward progress just on their own terms. Now, a potential delay is about absence. This isn't about being a little slower to sit up than a neighbor's baby. It's about a 9-month-old, for example, who shows no ability to support their own upper body, who is consistently floppy with no attempt to sit when placed. The focus is the complete lack of a skill that you would expect to be emerging. So, what do you do with this? You use it to have a more confident conversation. If you have a concern, you can approach your pediatrician and say, "I'm noticing an absence of this skill, not just a variation." This transforms the discussion from one of vague anxiety to one of collaborative information gathering. Early intervention, when it's truly needed, is incredibly powerful. And above all, trust your gut. You are the expert on your child. If something feels consistently off to you, that feeling is valuable data. It is always worth asking the question. This framework gives you the right mindset to see the bigger picture. But I know you also want specifics. You want to know, what are the clear non-negotiable signs I should look for? To give you that complete peace of mind, that is exactly what we will cover next: the short, science-backed list of genuine developmental red flags. All right, here is that short, science-backed list I promised. Please hear me when I say this information is meant to empower you, not to frighten you. This is about giving you clarity so you can let go of the rest. No social smile by 3 months. We look for this because that responsive smile, the one you get back when you smile at them, is a foundational piece of their social and emotional connection with you. Second, a lack of solid head control by 4 months. By this point, a baby typically has enough strength to hold their head up steadily without support. Good head control is the anchor for all future motor skills. Third, not sitting independently by 9 months. Remember the sequence we talked about? Head control leads to trunk control. By 9 months, they should be able to sit unsupported for at least a few moments, even if they topple over. Fourth, no consonant sounds like ba-ba or da-da by 10 months. The key here isn't that they know what da-da means. It's about hearing them practice the babbling that builds the mechanics for future language. And fifth, and I want you to really hear the age on this one, no words and no attempts to walk by 18 months. Notice it's a wide window and it's a combination of skills. One without the other is usually just normal variation. An absence of both is worth a conversation. Now, let's quickly clear up a few myths that cause so much unnecessary stress. Early walking does not equal higher intelligence. For families raising bilingual children, their language timeline will look different, but it is not delayed. Genetics also play a role. Some research even shows that babies of different heritages can develop certain motor skills on slightly different timetables. This is all part of normal human variation. Having this list is your safety net, but I want to end on the most important truth. The most powerful, effective, and neurologically enriching thing you can do for your baby's development is not found on a chart or in an app. It's something you already have the power to do every single day. And that something is not a complicated technique or an expensive program. It is the environment you create every single day. Think of your baby's entire first year like a developmental pyramid. The vast, solid base of that pyramid isn't built from flashcards. It's built from your responsive care. The thousands of cuddles, the soothing songs, the simple act of meeting their needs. That is the foundation. Upon that foundation, they build the next layer, mobility and exploration. Because they trust you, they feel safe enough to explore. That tummy time on the floor, the freedom to reach and roll, that's how they build the strength and coordination that leads to sitting, crawling, and walking. And at the very top of that pyramid, you see communication and cognition emerge. The babbling that turns into words happens because you were there to listen and talk back. The curiosity to figure out a toy exists because the world you created is safe and engaging. So you see, your real job as a parent isn't to teach these milestones. Your job is to be the architect of this pyramid. It's to create the environment where these abilities can emerge naturally in their own time. All those little things you do, the talking, the reading, the floor play, that is the work. That is the magic. You have been building this piece by piece all year. You are doing a beautiful, wonderful job. Now, as your baby grows, the next question is always, what tools can best support this journey? This is where so many well-meaning parents waste money on developmental toys that can actually get in the way. So before you buy another thing, I want you to click here and watch this next video, where I explain exactly what to avoid. And if this guide helped you breathe just a little easier today, please subscribe. It lets me know this work is helping, and it welcomes you into a community of parents who are choosing understanding over anxiety.